Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Railway Empire 2. Glad you're still sticking around watching trains go choo-choo. And with that, with the last episode, we finally have trains with weather protection. Yeah, well, I didn't think it's possible really, but holy cow, there they are. And just slick is what can be. And with that, yeah, well, we're completely leaving Washington for the second. By the way, what I've noticed is, yep, Philadelphia is growing up to the next level here. So we're closing in on the 90,000. This will open up ceramics. And in Montreal, we have the ceramics production. So it will get more profitable down the road. We're sitting at, 700,000 weekly balance at the moment. That's beautiful. And we focus on something new, something that we haven't done yet. We're going to found a city. Oh, by the way, Chicago is going to tier 6 right now with 106,000 people. Now, a bit west of Chicago, really down here in the flatlands, right? We have this tiny settlement over there called Fargo. And I'm a huge fan of the series, so why not just go ahead and, found a city here. It's just a settlement, yet everybody knows everyone, everybody goes to church on Sundays, and, foreign workers, reduces track construction cost by 5%. This is a lot, considering how many tracks we're constructing all the time. And let's go ahead and bid on that. No one else is going anyway. I mean, I had some competition in the bidding early on, but since then nothing happened. I think the general is pretty much dead at this point. We might consider purchasing another 10% of his shares, and this will give me 90%, so we'll soon be able to take him over. And Idris, I would also like to go, but Idris costs $1 million per share, right? So we do kind of like need to have a steep investment there, but I do have the money, so why not do that? Back to Fargo. Here, look at that. Just enjoy the view for a moment, because of course this is going to be a bustling town, a bustling city, a bustling mega city at some point. And we're going ahead. First things first, we need to purchase the territory. 1.6 million for Dakota. Has 5 cities and 13 rural businesses. It's huge. Really is. It also has Bismarck, another settlement. Not a city yet. And look at that. Interesting architecture. Haven't seen that yet. We're getting a new territory here. There's Bismarck. Pierre we got. Where's the other ones? Sioux Falls or Sioux Falls. And I think there should be another settlement somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't know. That's that, right? We are going to focus though on Fargo for the moment. So Minneapolis we already have over there. So it's going to be easy to just create us a track. We also need to make sure that we fulfill the demands here now. So wood, grain, and meat it needs. The meat is going to be the trickiest part. In Rochester, we have meat, so I'm going to get an export. However, Rochester is already exporting quite a lot of meat. There is the Williams breeding. This is supplying it, and I think it's supplying it then right away with the, demand per week is 2.4. The stock is 5.6, so I think this is going to be fine. We might consider purchasing the butchery here, the meat industry. Let's do this. What? This is impossible. 4.5 million for a level 1 meat industry? Doesn't seem right, really. Alright, let's try to... Yeah, look at that. Off goes the meat. It's going to Minneapolis over here. Okay, we can still try this. Let's get the train station on the way. We're not going to have a lot of meat, but I will try to do with what we have. And I'm probably going to make it like so. We will need to consider also getting the grain in, right? So let's make it like this. That's fine. Boy, Fargo is going to change now, right? There you go. Already the foundation, because this is already central, right? There's already something building around it again. Really cute town here. Our Fargo. And let's make the connection. I'm going to make, of course, this is going to be a pretty big thing over here. So I'm trying to lay the foundation for a lot of things then right away. What is this? Why can I not make the connection? Ah, there it is. Very good. To Minneapolis. And boom, we are going to make it a double road, a double track system. And then it goes to Rochester anyway. And let's go ahead, make us a gridiron. I'm going to make this a bit further away, so we make the foundation for a lot of tracks then right away into both directions. And of course also here, once again, we need to set some proper directions. And I'm also going to set us a nice supply tower then also close by. 69 railway stations. Hooray! Oh, Minneapolis is growing too. Cool. Has the beer then for Fargo. And Rochester has the meat.
Why don't you invest a little in the reliability of your trains?
Alright, that's one thing. And with that, we can actually start this right away, I think. So we're going with, let's just see. We're going to make, starting in Rochester, to Minneapolis, to Fargo. Minneapolis will need a maintenance depot. There's 2 lines now coming in and out, and it's going to increase over time. Fargo, and back again, Minneapolis, and then...
Unfortunately, you could not.
Oh, we have not fulfilled the task. That is fine. We don't need to fulfill tasks all the time. And here I just want to make sure that we're not blocking anything else. So let's go Rochester and let's take it platform 2, which is underutilized at the moment. And this, let's just go for... Let's do manual. I've never done this before. So in Rochester we pick up some meat, right? Arriving, departing. Go ahead with some meat. And we can also take some passengers with us, definitely. Go half meat and then passenger and mail. Right? The number of wagons is 8. Oh, that's a minimum. So I'm not doing this. In Rochester we are picking up that. Minneapolis doesn't matter then. We don't need beer yet. And Fargo doesn't matter. Minneapolis doesn't matter. Right? But Rochester, I definitely want to get some meat there at the ongoing. We're going to go with a mixed one. The limit should be fine. Let's put this one on the tracks. Alright. There will be some meat, but I think it will not get full. I don't think so, right? There can't be that much. Yeah, there's no meat at the moment. That's because we do have meat. Oh, yeah. But Minneapolis doesn't have a warehouse? No. Fargo would need the meat. Why does it not get over there? 8 tons of meat. Ah, there it is now. Next turn, it actually has the meat for Fargo. So this is now on its way once more. Second turn. Getting things over, right? And while this train is now on its way, we can continue. So we got the grain right next to it. So of course, let's do this. The first train is arriving at platform 1. We're going to make, of course, since this is, of course, is going to be my west track then as well at some point. So, I mean, this is pretty high, right? There's Bismarck. So down here, I definitely want to get. So we definitely should have a couple of tracks, even though there is a mountain. We need to make sure that we are not building us another tunnel system there again. I think this should be fine. Let's just make this parallel also with another track. Then we can go ahead, a gridiron. Let's make a bit of a distance here, and that's fine, right? And then I can just go take this one here for the grain that we have all the way over here. Oh, come on. Build me that track. Already looks frozen here again, just like I remember. And we make the connection here. Remember, we only need to have one block. It's just going to be a one-way train anyway. And here it can then go to the right platform, whatever it chooses, right? Here we have the signals then coming together. This is what I like. And I think also we definitely will need for this a supply tower. Unfortunately, wrong side. Later on we will need to remove this again. And this gets the grain into platform 3. And then there's the lumber. Now, lumber is a bit more tricky. Let's just build that quickly here. That's going to be just freight. And it's just going to be Philadelphia. Off you go. Getting us the grain. It should get over there. There it is. Perfect. Now, we got some lumber over there. Cox Logging, Northern Ontario. This cost me 1.4 million. It's a bit high, right, for these really desolated territories. There's Iowa. This only cost me 340,000. There is a business in it with lumber. So let's take this one. And we could do now something. I'm pretty sure that Minneapolis, and Rochester both need lumber. Very good. So there we have a business opportunity. We can go ahead here and build a warehouse now too. I would like to do this. And in this warehouse, we're going to set up now lumber as our first good. Because that is being stored then here in Minneapolis and going to be transported then not only to Fargo but also to Rochester. And that's what I like to see. We could also do the same thing with Rochester, but it's a bit too far away. I would like to supply Fargo more directly, so we're doing it this way. Rochester will get then Milk Hub or whatever. And yeah, this is not possible. They're too far away from each other. And very important here once again, I would like to start right away with some proper grid iron. Probably need to do it right over here. Build that bugger a bit further over here. Very good. And then we can make a connection. No. Why did it not include this one now? It did, but only up to its waypoint. There it is. And this one goes over here to lumber. Make sure that we're not crossing into anything. We do have other resources close by that I might use then as well. Look at that. There's the city district of Rochester and I can't build in it, right? So the track is blocked by a building. The tracks that start or end outside of a city may not touch another city. Very interesting. And we go over here to the lumber. Very cheap production there. Very cheap building. And yeah, with that we can actually build the next line. And that is going to be the lumber to Minneapolis. With the freight. I mean, I don't think that I need to choose it. Some of you have been pointing this out. Totally so. And this gets over here to the warehouse. And from here then with my mixed train now to Fargo, right? To my train line. There it is. And I'm going to add a second one to this. So this is Rochester, Minneapolis, Fargo, Minneapolis. Add a second train so that will increase also the volume of stuff that gets over to Fargo now. And with that, Fargo should be supplied. Grain is fully in now. Meat is almost in. And logs, we are waiting on that. For that last goods to arrive here in this very small rural station with a beautiful sky. Now I'm going to set up another warehouse in Fargo. And in this warehouse we're going to put in meat, logs, and grain. Why? Because Bismarck down here will also become a city. And Bismarck needs the same resources. Now I don't want to build those tracks again. So instead we're using Fargo as a hub here. And from Fargo we're just going to have then one train line going to Bismarck connecting this tiny village here to something bigger.
Random?
This is not random. And then we have this very massive freight line once again. With a tiny tunnel most likely. Yeah, and there we have the tower. Now we actually need to get rid of that already again. I was not expecting it so quickly. And here I basically just make my tracks now. That go then to Bismarck. Very good. 215,000 for such a distance. It's fine. And we can do this. And this is just one line for now. And we're creating this one right away. In Fargo? I could go with platform 3. Underutilized. Platform 2 would be possible as well. Go ahead and select platform... Oh, I can't do that yet. I need to first go for Bismarck. And in Fargo, I'm going to select platform 2 now. There you go. And that's also a one-way train with just automated one. Mixed it is. Perfect. That's it. Off you go. And this one starts now. It gets the passengers done. But of course, now the trains react to this. They see there's a warehouse and they will then try to get stuff over to that warehouse as well with the connection then directly. So we should be seeing something here. There it is already. Grain for Bismarck. Very good. And the cool thing is, of course, we're getting paid for every haul. Even if the haul is going to the warehouse, we're still getting paid for this. Minneapolis has 2 times growth rating right now. That's also going to be great for us. However, Rochester is not looking so great. It is shrinking. The logs should be coming in though soon. I'm counting on that. Because they're coming in from here, of course. Look at that. There is lumber here for Fargo now. Lumber for Rochester, for Minneapolis. So all the local cities are being supplied with this train here now with lumber. From our hub, that is Minneapolis. Oh, there's even beer for Chicago. Which is far away. And there's also meat for Bismarck now. Very good. on this train. Still has a long way ahead of it, but it's getting there. That's the cool thing. Bismarck is now getting supplied with all of that. And it's also transporting passengers to Fargo already. I might actually just make a longer route of this with more trains on it. I think this might also make sense. And there it is, also the logging of the lumber coming over to Rochester together with the grain. So this should make that city growing again, please. I just love the noise that these things make. It's very loud. And hopefully it's also getting some beer or meat. Yeah, back again. And there should also be something for Bismarck. It is. Perfect. And Rochester is growing again with all these resources coming in. Now, I just love this mini game of cities. How far is Fargo? There's still no lumber in here, so I'm expecting this though, please now. And there it is. Also, lumber for Fargo. The first batch on its way now. But since it's a lot of lumber, of course, it's going to take a while. Also, the distance is quite long. Meanwhile, Chicago has a few new demands. One of them is salt. That is easy, right? I mean, it's the only city pretty far away or pretty far around that needs salt. Chemical plant research. Let's go ahead and do this. With bidding on that, of course, we're speeding up research way too quickly, so we are far ahead on tech once more. Very good. And just let's quickly check it out. We still have a few more things. We already got 650 innovation points again, though. Increases transport revenue for mailbags by, yeah, well, a flat 5% with the hydraulic crane. Go ahead and do this. Reduces construction of all buildings, including factories and railways, by 5%. Right, that's 200 points. We can afford this. And then we also cut increases the profit of all your rural businesses by 5%. Blah. And they, well, don't really do that much, right? And locomotive maintenance is reduced by 5% with the workshop teams. This is actually quite nice. Let's go ahead and unlock this. And with that, we have one more locomotive to go, and also the condensation tender that reduces the consumption of oil by locomotives. But this one is, of course, the interesting one, an express one with 71 kilometers an hour. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And then we're already at the end of it again, and 1850 would be the next unlock. Here we're at 1841. Holy cow, 1860. How far do I need to play here if I want to unlock all of it? 1890, 1900. 1900 would be the last one. That looks interesting there. I would love a way of speeding up time though. As much as I like it, I would also just like to advance, right? And there it is. Chicago has actually grown. 120,000 people. I don't even need to get the salt over. But of course, it would be nice to have it. And since we still need to wait on Fargo, let's do this. Over there, we have lumber and salt. By the way, lumber. There's enough lumber in Chicago, so it's not really required. But we might provide other cities with that. Madison would need lumber together with, well, not salt yet. Would need another warehouse then. Nah, let's make Chicago directly, and from there we can get it then to Madison anyway. There we have our gridiron, right? So I can make that go. And, oh, that is close to the supply tower, but it is possible. And let's get that over. And this is then one giant line now to my... yeah, lumber and salt right over here. And we're going to need that salt. And there's the connection. Cheap one, that is. And yeah, I think actually that's it. Let's build that, right? We have it, and we have Chicago. It's coming into here then, and then splitting into a platform of our choosing. And I think the Chicago is pretty busy. Platform 3 is available with 9% only at the moment, so that's fine. And yeah, well, freight it is, and Philadelphia once more. And with that, we get the salt and lumber over. I think it's going to be more salt than lumber. We'll just see. Yeah, it's pure salt. And also a new type of wagon with salt on it. How very subtle. Do you know exactly what you rob when you start attacking this one? And I think this is actually a rather cool job. You're just, you know, enjoying forests the sky, the lake, and at some point you're entering big cities, bustling with life. There's even a deer. And after a bit of time, the salt arrives on the wrong platform. I think because that was the platform that was available right now. But I said platform 3. Yeah, platform 3 is quite busy right now. Does it automatically do it now? I don't know. We definitely also have another train waiting here at the moment. From Rochester. That is not choosing another platform, right? And actually waits. Why does it wait so long? Fargo. It's going to platform 3 as well right now. So we might go platform 2. Seems a bit less busy overall. For the moment. Might also need to open up a few more platforms here soon. With that, yep. Salt is in. Hooray. And with that, Chicago can continue to grow towards 200,000 there as well. And it doesn't take long for the last train with lumber to get into Fargo. Still a settlement, but soon to be a city. And there's also the first citizens, I guess. There you go, coming in now with lumber for Bismarck and one more for Fargo. And that's exactly the last one that is missing here. And with that, Fargo has upgraded and is a city. A proud city of its own now. Yeah, with its own demands and needs. There's no business yet, so we just have this tiny opportunity at the moment, if I pause, to create as a business here that we might need. Let's just quickly check it out. We have meat, we have beer, and in Chicago we have cloth already. So perhaps we can get us something that we don't have yet. Sawmills with planks. That is a good business though. Since we have the other ones, I would like to go ahead with a distillery. Now, of course, there's no need for alcohol right now, for liquor. But we do need, I think, 60,000 it was, right? Yep, 60,000 it is. And Minneapolis is definitely going there already, right? So it's growing at twice the speed right now, up to 60. Rochester is at 30, going to 40 right now. And Chicago, yeah, already needs liquor. And it doesn't have that, right? And this is, of course, a good business opportunity for us. We can create that right away. Let's do it somewhere here, closer to my station, to make a new foundation with this new founded city and this new industry. And the cool thing is, the distillery will need sugar and fruits. And look what we have in the surrounding area, sugar and fruits. And we can supply the city with that as well. Also got corn. So I guess Fargo is going to be, yeah, this is only the beginning for Fargo. And we're going to make this into a new hub of the Midwest. Of the deep mid-northwest, that is. Stay tuned!